Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I have another exciting Rio Grande adventure planned. We are birding at South Padre Island Birding Center. I'm super excited. I booked a tour. We're going to walk some of the boardwalks out here and see if we can find some really great species. I have a lot of targets I'm hoping to see. But even before this adventure, I'm going to take you back to the beginning of the day because I saw some cool species making a few stops along the way here. So let's go back to the morning. For those of you unfamiliar with the Lower Rio Grande Valley, it is one of the premier birding destinations in the United States. Due to its southern location on the US-Mexico border, there are certain Central and South American species whose northernmost point of their range extend only into this part of the US, at least regularly. This was as perfect of place as any to take my first big birding trip to go try and find some amazing lifers. As previously mentioned, I started my birding day in Brownsville, Texas, checking out a couple of different spots. At this battlefield, I saw a few species just from the car. I was a little sick of walking around the misty, rainy conditions from the previous 2 days, so I did a little bit of car birding, and I saw some killdeer just to start. Got a few raptors that I didn't get footage of. The highlight, though, was definitely this roadrunner that I came across. In between birding locations, I pulled over on the side of the road because I came across this beautiful gray hawk, quickly becoming one of my favorite raptors. If you look closely, this bird is actually banded, and I reached out to the Rio Grande Valley Facebook birding group, and they let me know that this bird was banded about 3 years ago, which was super cool to find out, and it's good to see this bird healthily living in the wild. A few other species on the way to my next destination, my lifer laughing gull, a very common species albeit, but still pretty cool to add that to my list, and then this tropical kingbird. Most likely, I don't think Couch's kingbirds were in the area yet. I made it to Old Port Isabel Road, which is a great spot to just drive along and view some species from the road. However, it was quite muddy due to all the recent rain, so I was only able to make it about halfway through the road, but these are some of the birds that I saw. Now you're gonna have to believe me on this one because they were terrible shots, but this is my lifer crested caracara. I was mainly looking for raptors out on this road, and along this pond I actually was able to find a few of my targets, on top of some cool species that I normally do see in Utah. Just got distant views of a few raptors, which is the main reason I came out to this road. I was hoping to see some of the common ones. Picked up crested caracara, pretty horrible views behind the trees. And then out here over this lake, there's a few raptors calling. There was one I'm not totally sure what it was, but the one closer to me that I got a good photo of is definitely a Harris's hawk. So another lifer, that one I wanted off the list. Very happy with that. But yeah, let's continue on this road and see if we can pick up any more cool species or maybe some better views of some of those raptors. Now there wasn't too much else of note to be found, though I did come across these ravens. I was excited hoping this might be my lifer Chihuahuan raven, but I do not feel confident enough to tell a common raven from a Chihuahuan raven. So if someone else knows better than me, let me know in the comments what species this is. Well, behind me here, I just pulled over on the side of the road at this area managed by the Laguna Atascosa Wildlife Refuge. This is the Altamira Falcon viewing area, and there is a nest box back there. So I just picked up my lifer Altamira Falcon. The views are pretty horrible, but they're nesting. That's why the views are horrible. I'm way back here. You don't want to get closer to these birds just to get better pictures or videos. Really cool lifer. I'm glad there was one at the nest box, making it pretty easy to find. So yeah, another Texas specialty off the list. All right, last stop before I hit South Padre Island. So now I'm over at Laguna Vista Nature Trail. I'm not looking for anything really in particular. I'm just gonna take a nice little walk, have some lunch, and then head over to South Padre Island. So we'll see if we find any cool species here, but if not, the weather is improving finally. The warmest weather we've had so far in this Rio Grande Valley trip, and I'm just gonna enjoy the nature. I said this in my previous Rio Grande videos, but I'll say it again. I am continuously impressed by the feeder setups in the Rio Grande Valley. This dripper was awesome to bring birds into the water. They had fruit out for the various fruit-eating species, suet and suet cages, as well as normal bird seed, along with some hummingbird feeders. The birds definitely were taking full advantage of the amenities. That was a pretty nice stroll, actually. I picked up a few of the common species. My first Texas mourning dove, actually, so that's kind of funny. But yeah, wrapping up the walk now, let's head over to South Padre Island. Now, before we get to the amazing birding ventures at South Padre Island that you definitely want to stick around for, I'm going to quick mention that this is the episode 3 of 5 videos for my Rio Grande birding trip. After you finish this one, you can go watch the 2 previous, and when the next couple come out, you can check those out too. But anyways, back to the video. So I made the drive over the bridge from the mainland over to South Padre Island. I landed at the Birding and Nature Center to look for some amazing wetland species. I was taking a tour this day so some people could point out the species for me if I wasn't totally sure what they were. And the lifers started immediately. There were some great looks at some incredible herons and all kinds of species in this cool habitat. Now you might be confused why a reddish egret is white. Well, this is the white morph variant of this species. Now it caught a fish, and for some reason the night heron in it had a huge stare off. I guess it also wanted the prey even though it was sleeping just a second before. So they were going at it for a while, which was kind of crazy. Another cool moment as this little blue heron came up with its own food to eat. Though I'm pretty sure this fish was already dead and just floating down the river, it had a weird gash in it that I don't think the heron created. Made our way out closer to the actual ocean, and I was doing my best to catch some birds in flight. We got a bunch of laughing gulls that were constantly flying around, and then another brown pelican came by. There was plenty of those flying in the area as well. One of my favorite lifers from the day was this green heron. Now, they stay pretty conspicuous and covered in the reeds, so I was glad that I spotted this one just a little ways out from our boardwalk. One of my hardest camera challenges of the day for sure was trying to get photos and videos of these purple martin flying around. Another lifer for me. These photos turned out okay, not as sharp as I would have liked them, but they are a tough species to photograph. Now this sighting was awesome, I cannot deny that. I've been in their habitat before, but I haven't seen them, and this was nearing the end of our walk, so picking up these Roseate Spoonbill was incredible. I mean, they're on the sign in front of the building, I had to see them, right? I also couldn't believe the looks we got of the Sora right by the boardwalk. I've heard these are normally secretive species that you usually only hear, not see. Now speaking of a bird that you do definitely hear a lot, this grackle is just going to town.
Base of the lighthouse.
Yeah, you see by the word Padre. Padre.
Oh, wow.
Padre, on the water.
Wow, what a phenomenal tour and experience. Great to walk around these boardwalks out here. I hit all of my targets outside of maybe some rails I could have wished for, but that was amazing. So many lifers. What a cool experience. It's finally getting warm out. The sun is shining now and it's beautiful. Wow. Another great Rio Grande Valley adventure. If you missed the other videos, I will put a playlist up there now. Thank you as always for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Happy birding.